been a long time. You are booked so far out, which is a great thing. But like,
Yeah, thanks.
holy moly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing well. Yeah.
Good, 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 good. I saw your name in the upcoming forums, and I was like, all right, I'm ready for round two. I really enjoyed our last
Yeah.
session. It's been a long time.
Oh, great. Yeah, I enjoyed it as well.
Good, good. I
And I
see
feel like
that
I've
you have
grown a
made.
lot since.
Yeah, I was gonna say, holy smokes, that's incredible. Especially considering the rank compression as well. That's like the equivalent of like
Yeah.
almost Grandmaster from where you were.
Right.
That's
Um,
incredible. Masters
yeah, I
five. Wow.
I I've been playing a lot of Kiriko and some Ana as well, but yeah, she's been changed a lot kind of between October and now.
Yeah, especially
Um,
recently, right?
and
What are your
then
thoughts on the
again
changes?
recently. Yeah.
What are your
Sorry,
thoughts on
what'd
the
you
recent
say?
changes? Yeah, what are your
What
thoughts
are
on the
my
recent
thoughts on
changes?
it? I
Oh.
can immediately tell the difference in damage. Um, but I can also tell the difference in health, specifically like with Sombra. Sombra, I feel like is the most like the biggest deal for me. I just have to be a lot more disciplined with her. Um, I don't know. I'm still feeling it out. Does this mean I need to like play her a bit safer? Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm still feeling it out. I've done
Yeah,
my placement games last night. I haven't played like a ton.
right.
Um, but it doesn't feel like crazy different. I
Yeah.
hated how she felt after season 9. And if it was
Yeah, the loss
healthier
of
for
two
the game,
tap.
I totally get that, but it's
Yeah.
just like not it was pretty different.
To me,
It
the
was a big
way
change.
I saw it is like I don't know how familiar you are with like the Sojourn changes, where it was like it was all rail and
Yes.
it was all one shot, and then
Yes.
the
Her as
HP
well.
changes, and then they're like, all right, well, we need to move things into primary fire, but then obviously like last season they're like stuck in this in between where like her primary fire isn't really good and her alt fire is really bad, so it's like there's nothing good. But like now,
Yeah.
like they've actually kind of not finished the journey, or they're closer to completion, to where like
Mm-hmm.
Sojourn actually feels really good right now, and she's not
Mm-hmm.
just rail one shot, rinse and repeat over and over again. I feel like the
Right.
same thing with Kiriko, right? Where they're like, all right, this two tap gank play style is like really ticking people off. But also the flanking and angling is still like what makes her interesting. And so then she loses her two tap, and it's like you still have to take angles, but then you don't have like much kill threat. Well, I think like that
Mm-hmm.
kill threat's kind of returned a little bit, but now it
Mm-hmm.
feels like a little bit more healthy. The slower fire rate, body. It's
Right.
not as RNG with like just spamming at head height now. I played a couple of games with Kiriko. I actually really like how she feels now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I really like feeling like, oh, I hit a body shot. Oh, that took some of their HP away. um,
Or for shields or like barriers, I mean, you can do a
yeah,
little bit more. I
yeah,
felt
yeah,
really
yeah,
useless
yeah,
with
yeah.
barriers before. I can do a bit
I
more now,
agree.
which
Yeah,
is
there's
nice.
definitely more risk, but like there's also like better reward, and there's also more consistent reward as well, which is a nice change in my opinion. So I
Right.
don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
there's still some more work to be done, but I kind of think where she's at is a good progression. So, okay, so I think my favorite students are the people like you, where I work with you once, and I don't hear from you for a long time, and then and then I hear from you again, and you've made a lot of progress.
Mm.
And the reason is because I assume that you have fought a lot of demons along that path, but you figured stuff out on your own.
Yes, I've
You've
had a
learned,
lot
you've taught
of,
yourself
yeah, a
essentially.
lot of like different phases of this was my big issue, and then I moved on to the next
Yeah,
one, and then
yeah. I love
yeah.
helping, but I love feeling like somebody didn't need my help more. That's much more encouraging. So talk to me like what has happened since you were plat. I mean, I can look at our notes right now,
Hmm.
thinking about your angles, thinking about Kitsune Rush, pretty basic notes. So what has
Right.
happened?
I got super into Ingles and DPSing and being really aggressive.
Yep.
And then I kind of like swung back and forth to kind of find that happy medium, especially after with the season 9 changes. You're playing a little bit less risky, like you said.
Yeah.
Um, and now I feel actually just recently in the games I had last night, I felt really passive again. Um, and so I was a little bummed because I was like, I wonder if I'm just gonna have the same feedback that I had like a year ago, just because of, but surely I won't, and that it won't be exactly the same. But I was like, I feel a little passive. I'm playing a lot safer with this 225 HP. Um, but I've definitely kind of swung back and forth between being a little too aggressive, um, and then being punished for it, and then yeah, now I'm a little more on the passive side of things, just feeling things out with her
Sure.
changes.
What's improved from plat to masters? Like, something? Do you have any
Oh,
idea exactly what's changed? It might be a lot
um,
of things. It probably is a lot of things.
yeah, one of the things you said in the last session about my like autopilot not being to take angles, and that was like concerning. My
Hmm.
autopilot now is like setting up elsewhere for my team, and it feels a little off if I can't really do that like pre-fight or early fight. Sometimes it's like it's not always possible, but my autopilot in that way has changed, at least the way I look at um angles in early fight. Um, what else? Just like knowing how long I can stay and when to get out. And that just comes with taking those angles and making stupid mistakes and then learning what
Yeah.
you can't do.
Yeah.
So,
Good. Good.
I feel like a lot of that. Just playing the game more,
Yeah.
learning what I can and can't do. Yep.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. So let's zoom through your form here. Now I think we also talked. Let me look at our notes here. I think we also talked. Yeah, we talked about like your play as much, care how much you play total, hero pool, deathmatch
Yes.
variety, and so on. So how is you've been playing more, but have you also improved maybe any of the habits of how you've played or how you've approached the game, even
Oh,
your
definitely.
mentality?
I don't play the game as many hours
Okay.
anymore. And I play like proportionately more ranked. Um,
Yep.
and more like seriously with people that I learn a lot and I can lock in.
Okay.
So I think my time is spent more efficiently now. I definitely got burnt out um, from Overwatch as a whole, but then specifically also on support, and I just completely stopped playing support like all of
Yep.
last season
Yep.
and only play DPS. So yeah, that wasn't. It doesn't, and it never feels good coming back after a long break. Um,
No. No. Yeah.
so
Well, it's because
yeah,
you still have the same expectations of yourself as you did prior to the break, but
right,
you obviously don't have the same
right,
level of skill.
right, of course.
Right. So it's like this mental hurdle. It's almost like
Mm-hmm.
coming back from an injury as like an athlete or something. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's very, very frustrating. So you kind of have to expect that, and that's easier said than done. So let's go through. I don't think there's really anything from your form that stands out to me so far besides the last question, which is like,
Okay.
what are your goals, top
Mm,
500? But
mm,
you're questioning, at least at the time of the forum, your mental with Kiriko,
yeah.
and like what to do. We'll talk about playstyle stuff, I think, once we get into the gameplay a little bit. I assume we're looking at Kiriko today?
Yes.
Okay. In terms of stuff apart from Kiriko, confidence wavering terribly playing with other good players. Talk to
Hmm.
me a little bit about that.
Um,
And maybe that's
Actually, this
changed.
also happened yesterday, so we'll get to see how I
Perfect.
play when I'm with people that I perceive to be better than
Yeah.
me. The tank I was queued with was like ended top 300
Oh, wow.
before
Nice.
these like the reset.
Yep. Yep.
So he's a good player, and the enemy tanks were very good, obviously,
Of
because of
course.
matchmaking. So and then there were some top 500s in every game, and I was a little intimidated, and I play so much safer, and I'm just
Mm-mm.
afraid to be the like um be the first one to die in a fight,
Yeah, I understand
and
that.
then it's on me.
Yep.
So
I remember. I
kind
remember my
kind of
first
going
streamer
back
game.
to yeah.
I
Sorry,
remember, I
what did
remember
you
my
say?
first streamer game years and years ago is
Yeah.
Blizzard World, and I was
Oh,
terrified to do anything. Like there was like I think
yes,
it was like Beef Tipsy or some Widow streamer back then, and I was like,
I
dude, I
see.
don't want to die. I really don't want to die. It's gonna be so embarrassing. There's so
Oh,
much pressure, you
yeah,
know.
Widow, that's scary too. Yeah,
Um,
you got to be so disciplined with that.
yeah, you do, you do. I think that there's like two ways to look at it. It's like from like a statistical, mathematical perception, and then also like your perception of the game in general. And what I mean by that is, number one, when you are in one of those lobbies, just a good reminder that you're not expected to pop off. You're just
Okay.
expected to apply pressure, do your job, because remember, there's another weak link on the enemy team as well,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
right? So
Right.
you just have to perform as good or better than they do, and then you're fine. You
Okay.
just have to do your job. That's really all it is. There's nothing different. The other thing to keep in mind as well is you don't want to change your play style just because the enemy team is more scary and more likely to punish. Because
Mm,
remember, what got you to the rank that you're at is that proactivity. It is that aggression. And if you fail on that aggression, or maybe you even die for that aggression, it doesn't mean that aggression is a mistake, because them taking action to clear you out or forcing CDs or whatever, that's still something that your team needs. And if you don't provide that value, you living as Kiriko is just going to guarantee that not only that you are more likely to lose the fight, but you're going to be reinforcing bad habits.
Okay.
You have to be proactive. Doesn't mean you need to win every duel. Doesn't mean you need to always pursue to win the duels mechanically. You just need to take angles and play the exact same way that you always do.
Okay.
I know it's hard, but you remember, doing so, you don't even need to expect yourself to win. You just need to do your job. Do your job. Take angles, pressure. Take angles and pressure. Take angles and pressure. That's it. And then from like a confidence standpoint, I think like when you think about like what confidence really is, it's not so much confidence in yourself. I've had this conversation a few times before, but it's really not confidence in yourself. It's confidence in the system that you're doing. It's not saying that I will win this game, but that the process that I'm committing myself to, which is to just do my job, take angles, even if I don't win, that long term will make me a better player. It might not win me this game, but it will make me a better player. You just have to trust that. You don't have to trust yourself. You don't need to believe in yourself. You just need to trust the system that you're placing yourself in.
Okay.
So when I get up and I'm like, I want to get stronger, right? And I go into my garage and pick up a couple of dumbbells. I don't have confidence in myself. I believe that I'm going to be strong. I'm so great. I just know that if I pick this up and put it down again, a lot of times it's just scientifically proven, right? So I don't have to have faith in myself. I just need to have faith that whatever I'm doing is the right thing. And I think that's where you're at, right? To me, that's really all confidence is just looking at something and being like, if I do this, it will work. If I don't do this, it won't work. You don't need confidence in yourself to be able to do that. Now, obviously, you will develop confidence in yourself because you're like, I can be the person that's actually doing this. But you don't need to perform. You're not on a platform, right? You just need to just show up, do your job, and then win or loss, do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. That's it.
Okay.
You're fine. You are the player that was, what rank were you at before we even got the coaching session? What's the lowest rank that you've been?
Oh, bronze 5.
Bronze 5. Okay. Welcome to the club. I was bronze 5 too. Did you need confidence to climb from bronze 5 necessarily?
No.
You just play the game, right? Got feedback and played the game, right? And so now, do you feel more confident about your skill in video games because you climbed from bronze 5?
Right. Yeah.
Right?
I was able to get from there to here.
You're great. You're amazing. Congrats. Like, that's incredible. Moving from the bottom percentile to like the top 1% of Overwatch. That gives you confidence because you did it. But to get there, you just had to trust the system. So you had confidence in the system. You accomplished something. And now you have confidence in yourself. But even though you have confidence in yourself now, you just have confidence that if I apply myself to something, I'll get good at it. That's it. And you could do that with Overwatch, and you could do that with anything else in your life, right? And so that's just exactly how it is. So, okay, just trust the system. You're doing great.
Yes.
What got you from bronze 5 to here? If you do the same thing, you'll continue to progress. Now, it's going to get harder, right? It's going to get harder, but that shouldn't destroy your confidence. That's just the normal scale of things, right? Because now you're competing with everybody who's competing at that level, right?
Yes.
You're still a phenomenal player. Okay, the mental pressure of being a content creator that's clearly somewhat decent in the game and performing at people's expectations or assumptions of my skill level. I think my mechanics are solid, and my understanding of the game is also solid. So you stream, correct?
I actually am mostly on TikTok.
Oh, you're a TikTok.
So
people are brutal.
You can pick and
people
choose
are brutal.
what you post.
On
TikTok, and so people will assume that you are so much better than you are, and I'm like, whoa, like, slow down.
Yeah.
When you actually see me play, like, you're not only gonna see the good gameplay, you're gonna see all of it.
Well,
not that good.
Yeah, trust me, I'm all about that. Like, people are like, "Oh, you're a coach. you coach Overwatch League players, but why are you playing so badly?" And it's because that's just kind of part of the fun. People are always going to criticize. I think, and I think that's both the blessing and the curse of being a content creator. Is you're making yourself vulnerable. Is kind of what you're doing to people that are invulnerable through anonymity.
Right. Exactly.
I don't have any secrets for you. You're exposing yourself. You either learn to cope with it or deal with it, or, you know, or build your community to where that kind of criticism, like the lazy criticism, the stupid insulting criticism, is not encouraged, and that's it. Like, you know, I don't read YouTube comments anymore. I used to, because a lot of them were a lot more positive and good feedback. Not always, you know, sweet, but like good criticism, right? I will read Discord messages and I'll read my Twitch chat, but even my Twitch chat, occasionally I've had to just ignore a couple of like insulting or, you know, whatever. It's just the nature of doing better. And I imagine I used to do a lot of TikTok stuff. I still do TikTok stuff occasionally. TikTok comments can be really, really, really weird, as well, as I'm sure you know. So yeah.
Yeah. Actually, for me, what is the main struggle is when I find some like people that I respect and I think they are good players, and then I think of myself like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, and then they realize I'm not as good a player as they originally thought I was.
Give me an example.
So
not sure I fully understand.
Just a lot of my friends, I'm afraid that like, so I'll meet them on TikTok and they're a great player, and then I play with them, and I'm afraid that I'm not gonna perform up to whatever their expectations of me were.
Right.
But I've gotten better. I've definitely gotten better with that as I've met more and more people in like that exact scenario. So.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. And also, you have to remember that your main selling point is just being a genuinely fun and nice person as well. Like, I play with people and like, you know, Coach Spilo, they're always making fun of my gameplay, but they still want to play with me, right? Like, I like to think that I'm fun to play with. Like, I try to be, you know. But nobody ever like is asking me to duo queue because they really want like that low masters hard wash coach player to play with them and quick play, right? Like, I'm basically the same rank as you, and you know, and I know a lot more than you, so you think that, but I just don't play the game that much, right? Like, you're probably a better Kiriko player than I am. I guarantee it, right? So that's just, but you know, it's like my selling point is just I'm pleasant and fun to be around, and that's why people that's how you really develop a friendship. Like, you know that, right? You're not trying out for an Overwatch League team, right? So
trying out, if
you're building connections with these streamers, like,
exactly,
you know, nobody really cares, right? Nobody should really care. And if it's the type of person that you're playing with that really does care, that's probably not a person that you want to be playing with anyway. Right. They just need a solo queue at that point. So, you know, I think you're putting maybe not. It's not that you're putting unrealistic expectations about your gameplay, because to me, the gameplay is irrelevant. Just be a nice person, be fun to be around, you know, because skill is always relative. Like, what happens if you were to climb to Grandmaster and queue with like these champion players? You have the same problem, right?
This will never end. That's why
this will never end.
I need to figure this out, really.
Right.
There will always be people I meet that are
so the skill is irrelevant. The skills are relevant, really, because like you said, it literally will never end. You know, GM5 players are trash compared to GM4 players, and to GM3, and then GM2, and GM1, and then contenders and champ. It just never ends, right? I worked with a bunch of pro players that didn't have the healthiest of mentality, I will say, but they were like legitimately like, oh yeah, that other Overwatch League player is trash, you know. I'm like, bro, this guy's in the Overwatch League. Like, it's an infinite cycle. So you do you do what makes the game fun for you, and the community that makes it fun for you, and then just screw it, man. Just enjoy things.
All right. That sounds good.
Easier said than done, but you know, it's a process. Like anything else, like improving in Overwatch, it's a process. So okay.
Yeah. It'll get better.
Absolutely. Anything else? Great questions.
Anything else? Actually, everything I put on the forum is for the most part still relevant. I have really nothing to update or add. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, let's take a look then. I think in terms of play time, training time, all yada yada yada, I think that we've had that conversation before. If you have any questions with that, you just let me know.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Gameplay time.
Oh wait, let me send you.
Yeah, of course.
Boom. I think that's the one.
All right, let me get this pulled up here. So I don't know if you see this here. So I've been playing some Juno so that I can coach her better.
Aha.
This was a miserable one. This is a draw, but we both capped first point fully. But you know when you go past first point and like the door closes on the little fire engine thing, we C9'd when we're attacking. So then we're defending, and then we win the fight, but the fire engine was already moving And so then it moves even though there's nobody there, and the door closes
right.
and it says draw. I'm like, no
No
way.
way.
Yes, it was.
Wait, that's so unfortunate.
I think it happens on Dorado third point as well, like that little door at the start of Dorado third point. I think technically you can draw there too. Also, I think Eichenwalde as well. Like actually this very map. I think you cap this here.
Same thing.
It smashes the door, it goes through and stops, and then you can draw there too, I think. But yeah.
Yes. I think I've seen it happen on this map.
Yeah, so that was disappointing, but oh well. Okay, let's take a look here. So Kiriko, let me kind of give you my initial take on things. So,
all right.
Major changes in Season 9. TDK has significantly increased. Just because more shots, yada, yada, of course. The ability to reposition yourself is the same. Your healing output is it's basically the same. Kitsune Rush is still the same. The only thing that's super, super relevant for you is that the TDK, while your damage is higher, TDK is still going to be a little bit higher than it was with the 2-tap. So what this means is it means that you still take this exact same playstyle, the exact same angles with one adjustment. The importance is placed a little bit higher on playing an angle that you can hold for half a second longer, for 1 second longer. So there's a gameplay loop that I was never a huge fan of, but I think really now is not good, where Awkward used to coach Kiriko, and he would say something like, he was a big fan of proximity. Get up in their face, 2-tap, and disengage out. I was never a fan of that because I always felt like if you just played near cover, you could shoot 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 shots. But I think nowadays, I think that's even more important now. I think that you need those extra chances. So what that might mean is better cover and also maybe a bit more range. In other words, playing just a little bit further so that you're able to take those couple of shots. And I think that's especially true with the 225 HP too. Play your range, take your angle, and just chill. That's my feedback. But I think beyond that, I don't think it changes. I really don't.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So we'll see how we do. Now, why did you choose this game particularly?
I was just trying to find a game that was close.
Yeah.
And I felt like this was a pretty, because I think it was 4-3. I think we did end up winning.
Okay, great.
But yeah, I've never gotten coaching on this map also.
Yep.
And I felt like there were some spots where I'm just like, I actually am not sure where to position, and I'm not sure if should I actually just be in my team here? Is that just the move?
Yeah. I mean, this first choke is pretty tough, right? Like, there's not a lot of space for you, but we'll see what we can get. As always, weaving when you can is fine. I mean, that's, unfortunate. There's your HP change.
Now.
Yeah.
Yep.
We won't overthink that. Okay. So I think this is where the game is still the same, like you need to start setting up here. You need to start setting up there. I think you look at this here, and I really don't care what your other support is right now. Your only value, your highest value is going to be through supporting the off angle, putting pressure from this here, and then maybe considering the rotation from here. Maybe as your team gets to the choke, taking a rotation from here. Don't get brow beaten into just sitting behind tank because you ate a couple of fire strikes. Because if you think about it, why did you eat the fire strikes? Because where were those fire strikes aimed?
Right, like me and my whole team. That's
why he was not aiming for you, right? He was aiming for whatever your team was. So it's the same play style. And I can tell you somebody's been playing a lot of Juno as well, like where she can angle too. She generally has a little bit less flexibility with where she can angle because she's squishier than you are. So so she's going to kind of want to, if I'm playing Juno here, I'm going to kind of want to hold this angle and poke and heal. But I need you to help support the off angle because I can't play here as Juno. I can't. Okay. I just can't. Like you can. So I need you to do that for me, essentially.
Oh, that's right. That was another reason is I was curious how to play with Juno.
Yeah.
I think she says Juno this whole game.
Yeah, I mean she can angle a little bit, but she really can only angle when there's a lot of longer range, right? The HP and the damage nerf really hurt her. Whereas your TP is just so much better.
Yes.
See, even here, they have given you the door.
Space.
Yeah, you see this? So where should you slide here?
Can I go in this doorway to the left
You
right there under the
just
bridge?
this. You see this? Just
Yeah,
blam, 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 blam.
That's
And
Zen,
then,
so free.
yeah, and this is again where the
Or get
damage
up to
change
it.
is really felt because you don't have to even headshot for your pet pressure to be really significant here, right?
Right,
You're thinking about it this way. I don't think the fire rate's not quite as fast as Zenyatta. It's not.
No,
However, your body shots do just as much as a discorded body shot right now. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So yeah, use that. You know, maybe toss a Susan there if you'd like. Yeah, sure. I see crit tank. It's fine, but you need to take that space. So that might be kind of like what our point today is a lot of kind of like, hey, not as much has changed as you think. So let's remember the old habits that allowed us to progress, and let's go back and revisit those. And then obviously any questions that you have as well. Heck, we might even have some time for some live coaching if you're interested. I don't know how down for that you are.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
But we may have time. I don't want to sit here and, tell you the same stuff for 30 minutes. It's not very respectful of your time. Okay. But you see here, like, this is going to be extremely difficult. So, like, even here, right? So, like, you look at this here. Where should you TP here?
What do you mean, where should I TP? To set up, or
Yeah.
if I'm in danger and need to get... I mean, right now my Genji's in a safe spot, and it would give me enough time to...
Bam.
Get close enough to getting my TP back before he engages.
Right. Even this here is more useful than where you are right now, because then you can
use
continue
him to get to that spot.
Right. That's it exactly. Just kind of like the Tracer earlier, right? You have time, you have space, because the thing is you're not really doing anything right now anyway. So you might as well take the time to set up just a wee bit. Because even with the damage change, looking at a Ryan shield is just the worst. It really is the worst. I don't think there's a worse support looking at a shield. Because even here, like, I appreciate the support, but the best thing you can do for the Juno, and I really mean this, is just let her die. Like, if I'm playing Juno, let me die. Yeah. You get value elsewhere. I'm gonna live for long enough. Nice shot. Wow. But yeah. Okay. Let's see how we go. Let's see how you evolve. We'll go a little bit more once space opens up. Let's see how you respond.
Right. I think I pushed cart for a while here, so
that's fine. If that's what's needed, that's all right.
Yeah.
Are you the only one on cart here? Yeah, see here, it's like, okay, you have Juno on cart. You really should you should go. You should go.
I should go up with my Genji.
Yeah, go with your queen, I think.
Oh yeah, with my queen.
Yeah, same thing, right? Same thing.
She's so in there. She's so.
Yeah, get in there. This is you're fine here. Like, you're fine. Like, you might have to leave quickly, but at least you're there. At least you're doing something right now. Because you're not even on cart. Like, you're not even like getting extra card push here.
Right.
So I look at current iteration of Kiriko as just a little bit higher risk, a little bit higher reward with the HP and the damage. Because I think technically you do even slightly higher damage with your headshots too as well. I think it's like an extra 3 damage, something like that.
Yeah. Well, she got her 120 back.
Yeah. You see it, right? I mean, bam, let's go. Right? Get it, just bait it. Like, and then you can come here and wall climb up, take your angle here, support your Tracer, give Grandma, a heart attack, something like that. Like, you got options here. And the best thing about it is you could pop your Kitsune and then teleport. And so then you're winning the fight on main, and then you set up your off angle as a result. Or you could Kitsune from the flank, TP then Kitsune from behind. See how much space you get out of the choke from that,
I'd love to Kitsune here. I just know he has Shatter, and so I said, I want to wait. I want to wait for Shatter.
Well, you use the Kitsune to force the Shatter, and then you just use the corner, and then Suzu whoever gets shattered. Right?
Okay. She got out of that, which is cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Nice shot.
I felt this was unnecessary, but...
I mean, you haven't won this fight, right? Guarantee the win, get some space off of it. They're going to stagger themselves even a little bit, looks like, so... Yeah, see, that's great. That's great. I'm okay with stagger ults. Like, I don't like the blade as much, but like, especially in like an escort situation, using an ultimate to just guarantee the fight late. I mean, you guys just staggered them an additional 15, 20 seconds off that Kitsune, and you made sure that you won the fight. This is really good value in escort, because now when this fight's gonna happen, the card's gonna be here. It's gonna be last fight. It's perfect.
Right.
This is fine because somebody has to push card, right?
Yeah.
As long as Juno's not already there. Now, you could do something spicy here. You could look at this and be like,
Yeah.
all right, well, once it gets to here, we have to win this fight. We're not going to be able to C9 card, essentially, right? So you're here.
Right.
You might already start push forward and start to set up and just leave nobody on card. Win the fight,
Okay.
then go back and cap it. It's a little detail, but it's something to consider.
That's a good point.
This is fine, though. We just, whatever. We should cap this. And bingo. We'll watch maybe one more fight here. And then if you're down for it, I like to skip to defense and see how you do on second defense, maybe, or first defense. And then maybe do
Second,
some
and
live
then
coaching.
third defense here, I was, because we play this corner a little, I felt like a little, I was unsure when we were on defense how to play.
We'll look at it. We'll look at it.
We'll get there.
I'm really pleased with how you're setting up right now, though. This is great. This is really good. It's nice to see. Remember, we're not always talking about like hard flanking. Sometimes that's the play, but like, you know, just a soft angle here, right? To get it off here, like you're setting up a bit of a crossfire with you and your Genji. This is great.
Yeah.
In fact, here, I think the mistake here is don't go backwards. So you see this Rhine pin, keep poking here, land your Suzu, bank it off the wall, you know, Kobe style, right? And then just keep poking here, right? Like, you don't need to back up, right? Because the Suzu's fine, but yeah, I think it can hold the angle. You are still the queen of mobility. You just might have to play a little bit further away. That's it.
Okay.
TP is still like an unbelievably strong ability. And right now, where should you be?
I don't know. I could go on either of these heights, but maybe the one on the left.
Yeah, I agree. I think this one may be too close, so then maybe this one.
Yeah.
But I actually think I would rather have you here than here, right? Maybe 225 doesn't feel as good here, right? I don't know. But this is still good. This is still good. And that's still good, too. It's just maybe a little bit higher risk. But yeah, not here.
Not here.
Not here. Right? This is where, again, we're concerned about fire strikes and turrets and...
Yeah, and shatter soon.
And shatter, right, exactly. And you just being there is just encouragement to your... Because I look at your composition, I'm really disappointed at your Genji and Cassidy's positioning as well. But that's something that you can encourage by, you know, taking space. I see this all the time. Support takes space, DPS go, oh, maybe I should actually take space too.
Oh.
Right? And if they don't, it doesn't matter. You still get value and you can still heal them. Nice, Suzu. Yeah, so let's move ahead here. Let's look at our defense here. And I want to see what you do in second. Hanzo is kind of a funny matchup now. It's a lot higher risk, higher reward, you know? Like you could destroy him, but he can also mess you up too, so it's kind of fun. Okay. You know, you could do all sorts of corny stuff here. You could get here if you had time to set up, right? Do all sorts of silly stuff. Remember, great power comes great responsibility, right? So you have great mobility, you better use it. Otherwise, other supports are just going to do more. Like, I look at this here, and I know you're scared, but you know what? You have Suzu.
I should go fight him.
I think you should fight him. I think you have the slight advantage in this duel. Not because you are better at winning the 1v1 necessarily, but you're better at leaving if you don't like your odds.
I have to, right.
Yeah. He can just one-shot you. That is true, but I'm still putting 55% on you.
Okay.
I'm still putting 55% on you. I think your movement's a little better. I think because he has to induct his shots, it's a little easier for you to strafe than him. And then, again, if he does whip out like Stormbow, or Storm Arrow, excuse me, you can just disengage. But I think this is just, like, you could still be one-shot here is the thing, right? You could still just die right now, right?
Right.
And you could still die now, and you could still die there, right? And it's like, you're peeking it anyway, trying to avoid it. You might as well just not give him the space.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of running away from your responsibility kind of a thing, right? You're going to have to face the music, so you might as well do it on your terms. This is like the most dramatic VOD review I've ever had.
Dramatic? Yeah.
Face the music.
Right.
Oh, dear. This is good. Okay. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember I make a very silly play here.
I think this is okay.
Drop down to break lamp for my Genji, and I just...
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Again, it's kind of like if you were to set up your solo angle now, it's going to be a little bit easier to look at it from a third-person perspective. If you're going to set up your solo angle, where? How would you do it?
I don't know. Maybe kind of the edge where my Hanzo is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can
That
angle here,
but
right?
more in the corner right there, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
prefer because then I can actually heal and help from there.
That's it.
This
That's it.
little thing I can't heal over. It
Yes.
drives me nuts.
And if you just want to go offensive mode, if you're going to drop, just drop here, drop back
Drop
here,
behind,
right?
yes,
Key,
yes.
again, it's the distance here, or like at least make
Mm.
them turn all the way around here. You're not really using your mobility here, right? You're not,
I'm dropping
whoa,
on top of them. I
you're
make it
dropping on
so
top of
easy.
them, right? It's too easy. And then
Yes.
actually, they don't even have to really turn around, right? Like the Hanzo did, but the Bastion didn't.
Right.
And so, it's just like if I'm treating you like a flanker, which you are, then how would I approach this fight? I think I approach it from behind. I think I approach it from behind with a little bit more distance, or like you said, something a little bit lower risk, lower reward, but still an offensive angle, right? So, and I think like this is where it's worth looking at your own replays because I think you'd solve a lot of these problems. I think you'd look at a situation, and go, okay, I should have been there, or I could have been there. I need to try that next time. Whether it's better cover or more offensive, more aggressive, whatever. Okay, so if you feel bad here, that's not a surprise. Pretty narrow
Yeah.
map. Pretty narrow map.
Right.
But what you can do is you can perform in the early phases, the early stages, right?
Right.
And
Right,
you
right,
can
right.
perform in the late stages. It's just this middle section here that sucks. So like you pop Kitsune, they pop Kitsune here. Where should you immediately start to rotate to?
This where you said like the height.
You got it.
To
The
the left.
same thing with the attack. So back off this way. Maybe even tuck in here. I don't care. But start to migrate this way.
Somewhere back.
Start to
yeah.
migrate that way. Exactly. Just set up your angle, right? Because they might overextend. That's a like you could even go up here with your Genji, right? This is fine
Right.
too. You got options. Just not here. You see? Your impact is you're not only under constant threat, but you don't really have good sightlines to do anything.
This is true.
You need space. It's your job. Okay. Let's do some live coaching if you're done.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Let's I don't know how warm you are, but we can just
Not
queue
at
up
all.
if you like. Perfect.
Perfect.
We always love to see it. Any questions
Okay,
about any of
launching
that?
game. No. I mean, I also looked at this before I gave you the code,
What were your thoughts?
and yeah, no, especially that one spot where I drop on to break lamp for my
Right.
Genji. My thoughts when I went back and VOD reviewed it is, man, I shouldn't have dropped there. But
Yeah.
you pointing out I just should have been in a different spot.
Yep.
The move to drop there could have been fine.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
I should
Well,
have
it's people
been
are
further
always
away, used
critical of
cover.
deaths. People are always critical of deaths, but you need to look at that and be like, where should I have been before I even dropped? Like
Yes, like
or even the
back up a
fights that
little
you're
bit.
winning, or even the fights where you're not dying. Okay, was there value that I'm missing? And I think the question that I always ask, and especially for a character like Kiriko, is where could I have been? Not even where should, but what were some cool
Where
options that I
yeah,
missed?
yeah.
Treat it like a science experiment. Okay, let's jump in. Hopefully the queues aren't miserable. They're pretty long nowadays. Crud.
Bro,
Maybe you know what?
that's-
I can't believe I'm gonna say this. Check quick play queue. Check quick play queue.
Okay. That's possible.
Yeah,
2
quick play.
minutes.
Quick play. I think we got to do it. I can't believe I'm live coaching quick play. You know what? Doesn't matter. It's the mentality you bring to it, right? That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
I can
right.
learn. I can learn something in any game mode.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, I was queuing support yesterday. I was hitting like 9-minute queues. Saw something from Morgan Madron, or I forget what his name is. The developer does like a lot of the matchmaking and stuff, and he was saying support right now is insane in terms of queue times. Like people, so many people are playing support right now.
I bet.
You play
I've not
Juno
been
much?
playing- No. No,
You
I
tried
have not.
her at all?
I tried her a little bit and she was all right.
Yeah.
I missed like the flexibility of having TP. If I'm gonna play a
Yeah.
high mobility character, TP is just so much better.
It's the best. Yeah, it's
So
almost
I was
too
just like,
it's almost
man, I
too
miss
good.
Kiri.
But yeah,
I
yeah.
miss wall climb.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'll probably give her another try soon. But right now, everyone's playing her, so I have no interest in like fighting over her.
Yeah, I got you.
I'll learn
I got you.
eventually.
I got you. Man, you missed the dark days with Kiriko. I made a did you play her on release? I don't know if you were playing on
No,
release or
I
not.
started like playing a lot in season 2.
Yeah, yeah. I played her a lot in release and immediately like started coaching the the play style that we talk about now, right? Like the angles and the mobility and stuff like
Mm-hmm,
that.
mm-hmm.
But the problem is that her healing was so strong, and you could
Yes.
build healing with so much. Like a lot of the way the player, like you could just cheese it just by standing behind your tank and healing and building Kitsune,
Yeah.
because
The
Kitsune was also a
fielder.
lot stronger too.
Fielder
Yeah,
carry.
you got it. Yeah, it was so boring, but they fixed that pretty quickly, so that was good.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit like
I
that
never
with
played
Juno
her then.
too, honestly. I feel like right
Oh
now
yeah.
her playstyle is not synergistic with her design because she's too
Mm,
fragile. You look
I
at like
see.
speed ring. You look at like fall off and damage and healing. You look at like your shift. You're like, oh, this is going to be like a slightly higher risk Kiriko with more utility. No, no, no. You have to play
Mm.
like an Ana on like weird.
Yes, like an
It's
yes, yes,
crappy.
yes.
It's
Because
crappy.
you
It's
want to
fine.
maintain all like for her
Yeah.
the torpedoes
I
as many
am.
sight lines as
I am
possible. You just gotta be
predicting.
kind of far back.
I am predicting a hot fix in either 1 or 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
That's my prediction. I think she's going to get either fire rate, something damage, or HP reverted. I really don't like what they did with that. So that's my prediction anyway. Because on her play test, it was closer to like what you'd expect. By the way, you can hop into deathmatch if you just want to like get your muscles warm.
Yeah. Good idea.
London Spitfire.
Yes. I love the colors so much.
They are really pretty.
Good
Uh,
colors.
the Genji away skin, I think, for London Spitfire is really cool. I think anything with
Overwatch
armor
1 or
looks cool.
Overwatch 2? Oh,
Um,
cool. I'm in here alone.
yeah, yeah, just go shoot those, beat the crap out of those soda cans.
Yeah.
Um, I think Overwatch 1, or I don't know. I think it was Overwatch 1 London Spitfire. Still the blue orange, right? Away with Genji, looked blue and orange looked really cool.
Yeah.
Used to have the old, I don't know if you remember the old Florida Mayhem from way back,
Mm-hmm.
red and yellow McDonald's colors.
McDonald's.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was really bad. Yeah.
Oh, Clash.
Clash. Well, we'll be here
I
for 2.5 minutes.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, this map, I actually like the other map better
Me
than
too.
this one.
Me too.
For climbing too. I feel like I'm always getting my head, like I'm hitting my head on stuff on this map.
Okay, proactivity, setting up
Okay.
space, but the only small adjustment that's, I guess, new from what we talked last time is paying a little bit more attention to your range. Not playing
Range,
like a
okay.
sniper, but maintaining a medium range distance so you're not quite under as much risk.
All
If
right.
that makes sense.
Yes, makes sense.
All right, let's do it. Create space, create space.
Okay.
I like our
Got a
comp
Sombra
here.
Tracer, right.
Yeah, I've got a lot of options here.
The
Good. I like this. You can even rotate deeper right if you'd like, up on that wall. Yep.
Do you know
So-
if it caps faster with more people on point?
I believe it does, yes.
Okay, okay, okay.
I think 3 is the max for most modes, but I might be wrong.
Okay, I see.
So I want you to be a little bit more proactive with your setups there.
Okay.
So just think about this fight's happening here. What angle can you take here? You're not experienced with this map, which makes it perfect for experimentation. Yeah, like this. This
Okay.
is good. This feels right.
All right.
This feels good. Yeah. Keep popping it here. Keep rotating.
Okay.
Maintain your distance here. This feels perfect. If your Juno's in trouble, let her die. Let her die. Hold the angle here and keep shooting. Nice. Those body shots feel
Oh.
so good. No, that's okay. It was good, Suzu. Do you notice how the angle actually meant a very healing-oriented playstyle?
Right.
Doesn't have to always be damage. It's just a good sight line, a good, nice, safe sight line.
I was allowed. Yeah, I was just allowed to like.
Now they're going to push
Stay
you
over
here,
here and do
so be
both.
ready. Okay,
Wow.
never mind. The goat.
Yes, 2-tap on Lucio. Oh
There
my
you
god.
go. Yeah.
Oh,
That's-
that felt That felt nice.
It's good shots. All right, don't get lazy
while.
just because you're up.
Oh,
Where should you be?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I got my Sombra over here. Don't need to be doing all that though.
Yeah, that's okay. See, that's where the playstyle changes, right? Normally, that wouldn't be too much of a risk, but with 225 HP, don't be here.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah.
So they're going to come right from there. This is too close.
Too close.
Too close. This is a little better. Yeah, this is better. I like this better.
Okay.
Much better.
I see.
You kind of see the difference. Just a small adjustment. So if she goes for you, she's like, she thought about it, right? You can just die here. It's fine.
I'm dead here. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. Get a kill. Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, that was good. It was a good setup.
Okay.
So the second and third point there, much better than the first. Much better than first. Yeah, perfect. Perfectly done.
Yeah, first was a little odd.
First was a little odd.
My team.
Yeah. But we can. Well, I want to go. We'll go back and we'll look at it. We'll problem solve it.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
So it's kind of gonna be here. So pre-fight setup. Look at your team.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. If you get in
Dang
trouble,
it.
you could just
Oh my
TP
God.
out. You're good. You're all right. There it is. Beautiful. Now reset up. Reset up. Reset up. Either left
Okay.
or right. Yeah.
I'm gonna go the other way.
All right. Pop the ult when you see an opportunity.
Oh.
That's okay. That's okay. So what you need to do is, I know the welcome to orbit. You're like, oh, nope. Keep angling. Let it be. It's just like Kitsune.
Yeah, I shouldn't
Don't
have been
stack.
there.
You should have been there.
I should have
You
been further from my team.
That's
and I
right.
would've
You
been
TP'd
safer.
out, then you need to swing right. They force you on
Okay.
right, you swing left. That's just how it goes.
I hesitated thinking about Juno.
That's okay.
But
That's okay.
I don't need to be in that. I don't.
Nope. It's
More
just like
important for me to
Kitsune.
be in a good spot.
That's it. All right, I like this. Be careful of getting too close from here, but
Yeah.
I do like this position. All right, so it looks like a lot of people are in there. Be careful.
Yeah.
And then use Kitsune the first chance you see. Anybody can get value out of it,
Yes.
even just yourself.
Actually, this is winnable, I think.
Yep, let's do it. Good Kitsune. Good Kitsune. Keep your distance. Hold here. Hold here. They're pushing you. That's okay. Just a little bit faster there, but very expensive. Very expensive for them to push you there, and you should have lived. That's the best part, too. Okay. Still winnable.
Yes.
So if this fight is still going when you get back, I want you to not just teleport back, but immediately start thinking about taking space. Either left or right, whatever looks good. Yeah. Yes, good. Good. Love this position from you.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you're fine here. Yeah.
I'm actually go up.
Yeah, you can come up a little bit. Yeah, this is fine. All right, so the fight's going to happen on that
Something over
point.
here.
Try
Okay.
it. I don't know. Try it out. Figure it out. Try a bit of...
I was wondering if there's something to climb there, but there's not.
Let's try right. Let's try right. We're already here. Let's try right. Yeah.
Okay.
See what you got. Nice. I love this position from you. See, this is perfect. This is nice little bit of range. Got a good angle. Keep rotating. Keep rotating. Leave her be.
Okay.
You're good. Nice, Suzu.
Oh, unlucky.
That's okay.
Good beat.
Yeah. All right, don't get lazy now. I want to see you rotate left or right.
All
Take
right.
space. Nice, Suzu. Just a little late, but the attention was there. Good. TP out if they pressure you, but you stay here.
Okay.
Stay in the corner. Beautiful.
Okay.
Once again, you're noticing just a lot of healing, actually, but doing so
can
from a
just play-
really... You got so much vision,
Yeah.
right? So much vision. And if they go for you, just TP away. Good. Yeah, I was going to say, get out of the Kitsune. Take the angle.
Right.
It's so unintuitive, but it's so important. Really, really well done there. Nice job.
Okay.
Beautiful,
So
beautiful
I
work.
just can do the same thing from a different spot.
Do for
Okay,
exactly.
okay,
It's
okay.
just a lot of rotating back and forth, and you notice that you just had a little bit more distance between yourself and the enemy team, and it was a lot harder for them to pressure you. Here's what I want you to do.
Okay. That felt
I'm going to put
better.
the pressure on you. I'm not going to pull up the replay code right now.
Okay.
Leave the game. Pull up
Okay.
your career profile. Pull up the history. And I pull up the replay code, and I want you to coach yourself on first fight.
Okay. All right.
Have you used the replay viewer before?
Yes.
Okay. You're an old pro then. All right. Love to see it. Ah, look at you.
I hate that
You are a
thing.
pro. Yeah, it drives me nuts too. Okay. Perfect.
Oh, that's not me. There we go.
Pause.
Pause.
All right.
What's
Okay.
up?
We'll play right as soon as you TP, and then I want you to figure it
Okay.
out. All right. Figure it out.
Yeah, wasn't happy with this TP tour. My Sombra was invis. There was like no cover here. I'm a little
So right click,
lost.
and then figure out where you need to be.
Okay. Right.
So click on the screen, and then go third person. I think right click is the way to do it.
Oh, you're telling me. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
it
Okay,
would be so nice if there was somewhere up here to stand. This side would have been better for me. Now I know. Maybe
What about
not,
inside
maybe
left?
not in this game. It's like because this fight is happening right here. It's just I'm looking for an angle, and the angle like down here, like I have no visibility. I could come up here. It's a little.
It's close.
I could. It's just close.
It's
Yeah,
where that
like you
HP is.
said.
You feel that HP difference, right?
Yeah.
Check inside
So-
left. Check inside left, will you? Like kind of move to your left in here. I'm curious to see. I'm not as familiar with this map either.
What's this look like? Okay,
Eh, It's okay.
I mean, it's tight enough where I could play cover here, but it's still pretty
Yeah.
close to where the fight's going on.
Yeah, I'm with you on the right. So let's go to your tracer. Let's go move your camera over to the tracer. What would
Okay.
it be like over here?
What's she doing
Oh,
over
this
here?
is so good. Because you can even heal your ram from here.
Yeah. And then this cast here. I can shoot at this cast. Or
Yeah.
actually any of them, but he's pretty exposed. And then this BAP who's late to the fight.
Yep. 100%
Okay.
on the same page with you here. Agreed.
Let's see how.
I mean, honestly, if you want to get really legit, this is where we make replay reviews easy. Skip forward to next fight. I don't care anymore.
All right. Next fight.
Yep. Now let's look at this.
All right, just go with my tracer on left side. Actually, my whole team's kind of going left side. So I'm thinking,
Pause.
if I want to be on an angle, I need to find,
Well, okay, so
someone that's actually going to get value.
let's count the sources of pressure here. So right click
Okay.
out, and then zoom back, like above like you're looking down, bird's eye view. So
Okay.
what are the points of pressure for the enemy team? Where are things coming from?
Okay, that's a lot of angles.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
your
I
don't forget
mean,
about
the
your Juno.
cast is in
Don't forget your
trouble.
Juno too, right? She's back there.
Oh,
You see
my
it?
goodness. Oh, she's
Right.
in
So,
trouble.
so she's in trouble, but you know what? That's fine because that was a resource commitment from the enemy team.
Right. The Genji.
Right.
The Genji's busy.
And the Doom and all that kind of stuff. So actually, what are your thoughts on your positioning here?
I'm actually okay with this.
I am
Now that
too.
I've seen my team's actually not playing all up here. My Ram's on point, and my Tracer has gone to do her own thing. I'm
Yep.
okay with this because I'm not gonna count on my Sombra to stay here. I can stay. 'cause I
So
can
we
hold
know
this
the
and
result
hold
of
this.
this fight here, but if you were to
Yeah.
be like an Overwatch strategist, and even though your Juno's about to die, you can predict
Right.
who's going to win this fight just based off of the space that you guys control.
Right. Yeah.
And it
That's a
turns
good point.
out, you play this out, it goes predictably poorly for the enemy team, despite
Mm-hmm.
getting the pick on Juno. Because look at your Summer Tracer's position. Look at your positioning. Like, this is,
Yeah.
I mean, it's unlosable almost from here.
Right.
And there's just impossible for the enemy team to kill anybody. Like, there's no risk
Mm-hmm.
for you. There's no risk for your DPS. There's no risk for your RAM because your RAM's only getting shot in one direction because all the high grounds are taken, right? So this is great. You did a great
Yeah,
job with this.
We set up well
You set up really well.
there. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think this is when you smoke the Lucio, I think. Right in 4K.
Right.
Oh.
'cause Those skill.
Yeah, beautiful. But the thing is like if they push you there, I was expecting them to try to push you up, but what are they going to do? You're just going to TP away and set up the angle on the right side
Right.
instead.
Yeah. Right.
You know, so it's like it's miserable. Okay, so this is a good one to
And
look
you're
at. I think
saying, all right. You said don't get lazy. I got lazy here.
you got lazy. You were like,
I
oh,
would
we're
have.
up one, brain off.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I should have gone. Or I wish I would have gone far left with my. Who is that? Tracer.
I'm not
Maybe.
sure. I think Tracer's in front of you. Maybe Sombra's left. I think Sombra's left. You can right click out and
Okay.
just find her.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my Sombra then.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean TP. I just mean when we were rotating.
Walking,
I
yes,
would like
yeah.
to go to the left
Exactly.
instead of over here.
You got it. So let's move the camera. Let's just see what it looks like over there. What would it look
Okay.
like over there? So you would be where?
I could play here or.
Perfect.
Oh, here. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't even know this. Okay. I
Yeah,
kind of like.
this is why we do this, right?
maybe.
This is why we do
Okay.
this, right?
Yeah.
I don't know
or
if you'll be able to get here in
and
time, honestly.
then-
I'm gonna be real. But I do like this
that's possible.
position.
Maybe just here. Just here.
But this
And
is
then
so good,
As the
right?
fight is going on, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I could rotate.
But maybe. But
that
maybe
far
you.
in the middle of a fight.
But
So I
maybe.
might just be here.
But maybe. But this is Christmas. This is beautiful right here. Perfect Sombra support. Great
Yes.
angle to Bash and Lucio.
Yes.
You know, and you have to be willing to kind of sell your other support for this here. But the thing is, it's like the amount you're not selling your DPS. That's the nice thing, right? You're choosing to sell your support and be like, okay, if Juno gets pressured, maybe she dies. I mean, I can't TP peel her, yeah, but I can also now actually keep my DPS here because what ends up happening. Let's actually play from here. I have a prediction. I think the Sombra's gonna
Okay.
get cleared.
Just watch from this angle.
Yeah, yeah. You see? Wait, maybe. Okay, my
Looks like
points are ruined.
one-
But in theory, there, Sombra could have been cleared. But yeah. And then you do rotate here.
Yes. I get a little too ambitious. I don't realize how close their spawn
Yeah.
is,
I
or how it's like they have
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of height.
You-
there. I
you do
have no
you rotate,
visibility of
though.
them.
Look at where you rotate to, though. It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is too far. This is too far.
But you adjust. You adjust. Trust. You adjust. Watch. Yeah, see? There you go.
Oh,
You're cooking.
okay. Now I'm playing here with my.
Yeah. I love it. You look at that and you can't really be like a results based person because you look at that like, oh, we lost, that was a mistake. I don't know. You pulled DPS, the queen was looking at you, it was fine. It was fine. It's gonna happen sometimes. I think right side would have been too close. I think that angle over there is a little too congested, I think.
Yeah, and my Juno was there also.
What do you think?
Okay, wait. So I kind of play the same angle as I did the previous time we were on this point. All right. I mean, I was really just trying to LOS window there and
Yep.
then TP'd out. So I was just trying to live.
Yep.
I feel like that was okay.
I agree.
I stayed as long as I could.
I agree.
And my Sombra and I got out.
But you know
And
what happens
then-
here. You remember?
What happens here? Oh, I want to go right side. Oh, I get bladed. Yeah.
You hesitate on your rotation essentially, right? Because
I do hesitate. Yes.
yeah. And you need to commit there. I think your Juno is either dead or alive. Or you could even support your Juno while still rotating right, I think. To be
Right,
fair with you,
right.
this fight is lost. They've BAP windowed and they got your Tracer. Now they're beat blading and you guys have... It's too late, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, they really committed.
they did.
That's fine.
Give me 1 second. Keep playing. I'm going to see if
Okay.
my... Odd, I'm not hearing from my next session yet, so I guess we just keep going.
Okay.
And I like this too. I think this is kind of what you need to do with new maps, right? Like limit test, right? Because the obvious answer is, oh, right side is more open. But I don't know, maybe this is okay sometimes. Like, you could also think about like when would I will like this angle? Like what versus what situation or what comp would you like this inside room better than far right? Think about it for a second.
Right. Well, my Sombra and my Tracer like it.
Yeah, right. So maybe
I'm helping them.
yeah,
get use
exactly.
Out of it,
Right. So you're plus oneing them here.
for us.
What if they were on snipers here?
Yeah. Then my team
No,
or
them.
the enemy.
Them. The enemy, right?
The enemy. Well, then I would prefer to play like in that room.
I think so too. I think playing right would be a lot riskier, right? I think left would be the play.
For sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Worth considering.
Even with my, my range, my apparent two tap.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
that's
It's
that's not as
relative.
sure as a sniper.
Right.
Yeah.
It's relative. Your range is like more long, but it is relative like compared to other things. I think this is all, I really think this is all good. I actually want to play this fight out because this is where you beef up your Suzu and stuff. But I want to play this fight out as if you didn't screw it up. It's like right now, Suzu the floor. Okay, pause.
Okay.
Now I want you to look at where you would have TP'd. So right click out and then move your camera to where you would have TP'd. You see it?
My tracer is probably the
yeah.
safest.
Okay. Then what do you do from
Right
here?
here. This
Yeah.
is a little dangerous.
A little
if they're
dangerous.
Still there.
A little dangerous.
If they're both still there, that BAP really can hurt.
Yeah. But it's at a range that you're happy with.
this.
Yeah.
Maybe this, and then because it's so easy for me to drop, or just climb up, drop, climb up, drop.
I actually am very confident in the BAP 1v1 as for Kiriko. I think I think that's a slight advantage for you because it just especially if things are flat, right? Like you just tap at his head height and get some juicy strafing. I like BAP better for tank pressure. I don't know if BAP's better in the 1v1, honestly. You're gonna at least force his CDs. Yeah, I agree. And even just TPing your tracer and holding where your tracer is right now would be fine. Like just for a little bit, right? Chill and then rotate left or take the high ground that you said. Yeah, you're cooking here. This fight I think is very, very winnable. I think you guys actually maybe win this fight. I don't remember. But yeah, anyway, yeah, great stuff. You losing the angle is not a problem, though. You look at that and you're like, oh, I got forced out. No, that's good. They committed resources onto you, which is the only reason why you guys are able to kill the Pharah. The Pharah doesn't die if they don't turn on you. And you should have lived. So,
yeah.
I
think it's possible if my Ram got ult there, we might have been fine.
Yeah, and you guys are still fine.
I don't think he got it in time for...
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He didn't.
Okay, and then I play right side? Yeah.
I think in hindsight there, rotating left would have been faster and easier. So skip back just like 10 seconds, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. A little bit further. So like, yeah, right here. So pause, and then pause from here, and then play. Tracer just recalled, and then play from here just a few seconds. You'll kind of see what I mean. Bam. Rotate your camera to the left.
Actually, not even going to the right here. Just already start moving.
Move to the left.
To the left.
So you're plus oneing here. But then as they vacate this angle, this is really nice. And it's very convenient. The right side one just took a little too long. The right side one just took a little too long. The right side one was good. This one's just better because it's faster.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then my Ram actually, I've guaranteed LOS on him here, and I was, you know.
I think the thing to point out here is that like having a little bit of map preparation goes a long way. Sitting at and thinking about and looking at maps. But even more important than that, being flexible with what you see.
Okay.
Because you rotated left on first fight and it sucked. You should have rotated right. Why? Because that was where your team was. That's where the enemy team was. You can see like how dynamic the battlefield is depending on the situation, and your ability to read or predict the battlefield quickly and respond is a huge skill. And you did a great job of it, but it could be better.
Okay.
You could be better.
Yeah, I like the single.
Yep. I like the single now. I like the single right now.
Right. With where my team is, where the fight's happening.
With the information that you had going into this fight, this makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
We can keep going. If you want to, we can just at least finish it out, see what we got here. My next student is MIA, so we will take that time. If you have time. I don't know what your schedule is like.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And I really appreciate it.
Of course, no problem. This
is
fine. I actually like your decision here. I like your decision here. I like this, like the safe support, you know, like just to make sure they don't die on the way out. I think this was smart.
Oh, okay, because I'm thinking they might get greedy here.
Yeah, I think so too.
As long as I was a little concerned for them.
And there's very little risk.
Everyone's still learning Clash right now.
Right. And there's very little risk with what you did, right? Like you didn't risk your life to do that. You just helped.
Right. Just make sure they get back alive.
Now this was fun. I can't remember if you made this decision or I asked you to play right. But then again, this is perfect. Like you're already kind of leaning right. This map has two angles. This is just far enough. Good sightline. Your Juno's main. You're right. This is great. Like this is just so cozy. You know? Like it's just so much impact from here. You know, so much impact. And so little risk. If they ever want to push you out, it's a huge investment. And see, Lucia was thinking about it. He's like, she's too far, you know? And she's just going to TP away. Good try with the Suzu. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about it. You rotate away. You still have a sight line. And this is just, it's beautiful. You swing right, get an opportunity to swing.
Yeah, that's so
That's okay.
unfortunate.
And see, this is good.
Got him.
Yeah. And I guess my point being here as well is that even from a defensive standpoint, just healing your team, this position rocks, right? This is so good, so good. Even not just from like, go in the back line of DPS all the time. You could just be healing. But you have a great sight line. You have a great sight line. Yep.
Now the problem is when I play in comp and masters and they don't let me stay here.
Oh, that's not the problem. That's value.
No, of course it's not the problem. It's just like this feels nice and luxurious because they're letting me do it.
Yes, but you're equipped with the tools to respond to pressure. Just like earlier when the Junker Queen knifed you, we showed that if you had TP'd, Suzu TP'd out, you could have then not only reestablished the angle, but them giving you attention allowed your team to win the fight anyway.
Right.
You are built for attention. You want attention. Mm-hmm. Like you're like, oh, good. Come on, pay attention to me. Look at 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 me. Either I exist in value, or you focus me and I get value. It's a lose-lose. That's what makes Kiriko's design very strong.
Right. I feel similarly with like Juno right now. If she just sits on height in a spot where she can get like a 9-person torpedo or whatever they are.
Yep.
It's so annoying.
Tough. It's tough.
If she just exists up there and you don't clear her.
It really is. But then if you try to focus her, if she's positioned well, she can often disengage and you've just wasted your time. And that's exactly what it is with Kiriko. Your challenge is can you TP out and then also immediately retake a different angle.
Yes. Okay.
And we looked at that. So don't feel like, oh no, they give me attention. I'm getting focused on. I can't. That's value. That's value. You're okay with that. So, okay.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No, I'm feeling a little more confident in, the playstyle that I'm a little more used to.
Yep.
Before these changes, seeing that I can make it work.
Okay.
It'll just be a little more healing, but it'll just be from those angles. So I'll put more emphasis on that.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm really excited.
Yep. I would focus just on getting set up in find those positions, whether offensive or defensive, and then don't even worrying about healing versus damage. Just do what feels right from that position.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. The only minor adjustment that we said is that you might need a little bit more distance to compensate for the slightly higher risk of the lower HP, but nothing's really changed beyond that. Still Kiriko.
Right.